Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to a brand new video. Right behind me is my 2018 Infiniti Q50. It's been exactly 1 year and 8 days of owning my Q50, so I thought I'd go ahead and give you guys my honest thoughts and opinion about everything wrong and the good things about it. And I'm also gonna do a cost breakdown of everything I've done to the car and how much I spent. So I bought my Q on June 9th, 2023. I got a steal of a deal on her. 19 grand, came bagged and with all the carbon and wheels. But she did have a couple issues with her, mostly cosmetic. But 1 year later, got her mostly fixed. Most of the major issues solved. We got all the eBay aero, carbon hood, fenders, bags, some knockoff looking TE37s. These M-cap fake carbon, as you can see, they're peeling and shit. Also came with spacers. I took off the rear ones. I actually had them both off for a while. I decided to throw the half-inch ones back on the front just to make it kind of not sunk in as much when I aired out. Also came tinted, which isn't really perfect. Couple faults. Not a terrible job. She's also a little dirty. You know, Oregon's bipolar ass weather. Decided it was gonna dump some rain today. But I bought the car with about 14,800 miles, I believe. It is a silver sport. It has heated seats. I believe it also has like the 19-inch rims, but obviously these are aftermarket. And I think there's like a couple other differences with the silver sport versus like a Lux. Now, in the year of owning this car, I've only done about 3,000 miles. It's a great car for me. It's currently only at like 17,700 miles. It's basically a brand new car, 2018 rebuilt title, so it was crashed. She was actually crashed a couple times, had major front end damage, had a big scuff on the door, but luckily that kind of all buffed out. And it also has this scuff on the bumper, you can kind of tell. I tried to buff it out a little bit, but this is all scratched up. And it also has a big crack down here. That was when I bought it. And to the old fuckhead that hit me with no insurance, he cracked my whole rear bumper, put a couple like dents and shit in it. Fucking asshole. Now the Q is the first car I've ever owned. When I was car shopping, I wanted something reliable, comfy, and that was fast. Now with those three things, they don't really all go with each other, but so far so good. The Q's given me all of those things. She is low miles. That's probably the main reason why she hasn't broken down on me yet. Now, if you're like me, I'm really picky about the looks of my cars. I wanted something that looked pretty cool. And when I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, I had no idea anything about Infiniti Q50s. I didn't even know the model existed, but this thing looked pretty fucking dope. Originally, I was gonna try to get like a WRX, but I had like second thoughts about that because like everybody in Oregon fucking owns a WRX. I wanted to be somewhat unique. So I went ahead and just said, fuck it, bought the car, knew nothing about them. Nothing about the turbo issues or any other common issues with the car. Starting with the good, these things are kind of cheap right now, I can't lie. The value of them are dropping like crazy. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the turbo issues. It's probably my only guess, to be honest with you. First thing I love about the Q is just the look of it. I mean, sure, it's not the greatest looking car. When this motherfucker's aired out, you cannot tell me that thing does not look good. Another thing that was a determined factor when I was buying my car was the amount of leg room, because I'm currently 6'6". I'm a lengthy motherfucker. And in my mom's Civic, my knees would always be like this. But luckily, the car is not that bad. For legroom, a lot of adjustability. For 6'6", I can fit my fucking legs under the steering wheel without hitting them, which was a very determining fact because I wanted to be comfortable in a car. The second thing I love about this car is it has 300 horsepower, V6 twin turbo. This is the 3.T model. Listen, I knew nothing about cars. 300 horsepower does not sound like a lot, but trust me.
You are trespassing. Please leave the area. This area is under video surveillance and you have been recorded.
Are you fucking kidding me? Anyways, 300 horsepower. If it's your first time sitting in anything with like 300 horsepower, if you put that pedal to the floor, you will fucking sit back in your seat. If you get a Red Sport, they have an extra 100 horsepower. And to be honest, with like 2 to 3 grand, you can put like an exhaust, lower downpipe, a heat exchanger, and people are pushing like 400, 450, which is not terrible for the price, but turbos might go bye-bye. But I wouldn't know because I'm all stock. Now, I hate to bash on this car, but I feel like it definitely has more cons than pros. I think every Q50 owner has gone over this. This is just so outdated. It is terrible. This has some shitty ass map thing with like this knob And then this isn't terrible, but you know, it could be better. Now, a lot of people, they do put Tesla screens inside. I definitely want to do that sometime in the future, but it's like almost $1,000 just to buy one. I'm not ready for that commitment yet, but that is definitely the Q50's biggest downside. Now, this might sound like a stupid con. The trunk, it has no hinges, no nothing. It kind of just feels like it weighs a ton lifting it up. I think I've seen on Z1 Motorsports, they have like hydraulic fucking one where like it auto pops. But I mean, look at this thing. This thing will just slam, bro. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Now, the third thing is obviously the turbos. I haven't had any issues with it, thankfully, but I've heard people saying turbos bye-bye at like 30, 40,000 miles, which is a huge problem with these things. So I'm trying to take care of her as best as I can and hopefully just maintain it, and hopefully she'll give me no issues. Now, the Q50 is a four-door. There is almost zero leg room back here if you have like the seat all the way back. So it's great for storage if you just want to throw something back there. The one thing I hate most about this car is definitely the price for parts. Now, if you're looking for any used Infiniti Q50 part locally, good fucking luck. It is like impossible to find used parts for your Q. You basically got to buy them brand new. It's ridiculous. So she's definitely been ran through cosmetically, but I put the money in to fix most of it because I like to try to keep a perfect car. I mean, I spent a fuck ton of money on this thing. Why would I not try to keep it nice? She's also my daily driver. She gets me to and from work every day, or not every day, 5 days a week. So as much as I would like to, you know, put lower downpipe exhaust and all that shit, I would like her to try to be reliable as possible. I don't know if I want to dump that much money into this thing when I could be saving up money for different projects, different things. So overall, I know I can't say much because I got really lucky with this deal, but if you find like a low mild Q50, even if it's rebuilt, people say, you know, oh, don't buy rebuilt cars, oh, no warranty, no this, no that. If you get a good ass deal on it, I would just say fuck it, bro. I mean, this car has been great to me. Now, for the cost breakdown, I negotiated the guy down to $19,000. I'll put up a picture of what she looked like when I bought her. I did a couple changes. I added most of like the little aero bits. The Qs, they kind of look naked without it, in my opinion. Now, to get this thing registered, plates and tags, I know it doesn't really count into the cost of the car, but it also kind of does. It was $409, which is a lot, bro. Like, I didn't think registration and all that shit. And in Oregon, you got past a DEQ too. That was another 25 bucks. So in total, it was about $430, $440 just to get this thing on the road legally. For the oil change and to replace the air filters, it was only about 60 bucks in total for a filter, new oil, and air filters. Not bad at all if you do it yourself. I bought a front tow hook plate that just kind of screws into the little cap right down there for 16 bucks off eBay. I was gonna put it on, but I mean, fuck it. I haven't been pulled over yet, so what's the point? Just saying that, I'm gonna jinx myself. When I bought the car, it didn't come with fog lights, so I went ahead, bought some aftermarket ones on eBay. They were about 40 bucks. The left one is actually leaking. I just noticed a couple weeks ago. The right one, she's still doing okay. I like the look of them. A lot cheaper than the OEM ones. Now, for the sequential lights on the mirror, they were only 30 bucks on Amazon. They look pretty good. I like the look of them. They're like smoked and blacked out. And then for the front bumper turn signals, they also come with DRL. Those are 50 bucks on Amazon. Looks pretty dope. I like the look of them. For the rear duckbill, I spent $63. Nice little eBay purchase. Fitment isn't perfect. Wait, maybe it actually is. I think the sticky tape is just coming off a little bit. It's just held on with double-sided tape. Fitment's a little fucked. Doesn't look terrible. I optioned for the high kick M spoiler. There's also a couple other options. Now, one of the major issues with the car was the driver's side headlight did not work with high beams, and there would be an error on the dash every time you started the car. So finding a fucking replacement headlight was expensive as hell. I think they're about like $1,200 new just for one. So I looked on eBay and I got a used one for $600. It claimed no broken tabs, but there are 2 broken tabs. So fitment isn't pretty, but she's in there, so that's all that matters. But $600 for a used headlight? Are you fucking kidding me? For the front lip, I optioned for the 1-piece front lip just because with the 3-piece, they have these weird ass like lines sticking through here. I don't like those at all. The 1-piece front lip was $130. It comes unpainted. It's like a faded black. I decided to spray paint mine black. Costing me about probably like 30-40 bucks. And then to install it, I bought a riv nut gun just so I could take like the lip on and off. So it's just held it on with screws, and there's riv nuts I placed inside of the bumper. And I also did that for the side skirts and the rear ringlets, just so I don't believe in that self-tapping bullshit. And so far it's been holding up pretty good. Haven't had many issues except for one of the riv nuts ended up popping up over here, but I just put a bigger one in and he's been holding since. Now for the chrome delete, I spent about 40 bucks on a roll of 5 feet by 2 feet vinyl, and I used that whole roll to do the chrome delete on the top, bottom, this back piece, and on the other side. Now as you can see, definitely not perfect. This was like my first ever wrap job. I do want to redo it and fix it. I also fucked this whole rubber thing up. That's embarrassing. Let's not talk about that. The side's actually not terrible except for down here, but pretty cheap for a chrome delete. I would definitely recommend chrome delete in your Q. I think it looks better. Unless you have like silver wheels. The silver with silver will probably look better. For these eyebrows that just sit on top of the headlight, they're a little dirty. They're about 16 bucks on Amazon. Pretty cheap. They look okay. I don't love them, I don't hate them, but they're there. And then for the aluminum undershroud for my car, I spent $190 from Z1 Motorsports. Definitely a must need if you're on coilovers or you're bagged. These Qs have fucking plastic oil pans, and I've heard bad stories about people getting a rock in them and they just gotta get a toe out of there. And mine was all cracked and fucked up anyways, so it kind of just had to go. Now on Amazon, they have these cool little light fixtures for the doors that display an image. It's kind of hard to see because it's in the daylight. But this one has like a Q50 car and it says Q50 on it. Those are 25 bucks on Amazon. They have a couple other pictures. Pretty cool, cheap cosmetic thing. Now for the side skirts, these are actually surprisingly cheap. These are one-piece side skirts and they were only $48 on eBay. Kind of surprising. They are plastic compared to the lip, which is polyurethane or whatever the hell. So this is kind of like flexible. And these, I mean, they're kind of flexible. I've stepped on it a couple of times and they haven't cracked or nothing. They don't look terrible. The fitment's not bad. As you can tell, it's like less than a half an inch, kind of missing in the front. I did have to trim them down because in the rears, they have like this weird slit underneath the actual side thingy, side rockers. And you kind of gotta like cut a bit out unless you want it to like sit more forward, and this won't be flush. For 48 bucks, I put riv nuts in there. There's probably about like 7 or 8 screws holding it in. I think it makes the car look a lot better from the sides because in the sides, it kind of like curves inwards. I don't really like it that much. For the LED front badge, it was $150. Met up with a guy locally. It's got the carbon background. I don't really like the white around here. I kind of want to try to like put like some tint around there, some like dark tint, but I feel like it'll just be a fucking disaster. But we'll see. I blacked out my badge with the chrome delete roll, and I think I looked a little better. The light up, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, but not a huge hater either. It's only the white one, not the RGB. But yeah, 150 bucks. Now another major issue was the windshield. Had a massive crack down the middle, starting from like here all the way to like there, or I think it was the other way, from there to there. 450 bucks, lifetime warranty, only for like the rain sensor. If there's a problem with it, they'll come out and fix it. And then for the tint, the sides are 20%, I believe. Those also came with the car, but the windshield, I did 35 in the front, costed 180. And for 180, I mean, it's not perfect. The guy said they might not stick to the dots. Yeah, I don't know, I'm a little pissed, but oh well. For the rear ringlets, they were kind of expensive actually. These were 55 bucks on Amazon. They make the back sit a little lower when you air out. I still need a diffuser. My right exhaust tip has the shittiest weld in the world. It doesn't have a muffler delete, so it kind of sticks out more to the right. And I don't really know if a diffuser will go over it, so I'm kind of just waiting to see what I want to do with that. I painted my brake calipers red. I think it was about, I don't know, like 30 bucks for all the paint and shit. It don't look that bad. They've held up. Not a terrible paint job, but I think it kind of matches the red in the back. And the thing I hate the most is this goddamn orange reflector. I know you can get like custom headlights and like open them up and shit, but I'm kind of scared to do that. Maybe I'll do that one day. So in total on the Q, I've spent just about $22,000 for everything. There's a couple tiny things like touch-up paint, a couple other failed experiments, but she's pretty clean. There's definitely a lot of things I don't like about it that are just imperfect to me, but it's just such like small shit. To the normal person, they probably don't give a fuck, but it just irritates me. But with the price of these cars dropping, I'm kind of scared to put more money into it to make it faster. So I'm kind of just waiting to see what happens, because this is like the ultimate budget build. I try to be as budget as possible, because you can go like carbon front lip, 300 bucks, carbon side skirts, fucking, I don't know, 500 bucks. You can get like a carbon trunk for like another grand. Kind of want to get the carbon trunk. Now I do have a lot of plans and hopes with this car, things I want to finish and fix. There's tiny imperfections everywhere. Definitely need a new rear bumper, or at least to fix it. I don't know if this is like Bondo bullshit. Rear bumper alone, probably like 300, 400 bucks for a fucking aftermarket one. OEM, I don't even want to know. And if you try to buy one used on like eBay, they're more fucked up than the one that's currently on the car. So it's a lose-lose situation. But other than that, 1 year later, she's like 80% of the way there. The whole air system still leaks. It's been leaking for a year. I'm too lazy to fix that shit. I think it's like the water trap leaking. I would like to get the front bumper that kind of like curves in the middle. That'd be fucking dope. Definitely want to do that one day. For wheels, I definitely want to try to get some Works, maybe some real TEs or something. That'd be pretty dope. And possibly, maybe I'll wrap the car one day. I don't know. Let me know what you think. What color should I wrap the Q? But yeah, that's my total cost breakdown of my Q50 and review. I haven't had any issues, but yeah, definitely get yourself a Q. Definitely would recommend it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, see you guys later.
Don't trust anybody.
Metro Boomin here, millionaire, fuck it, take it back.